Hello again, Ian Stokey with Mastermind Games, back for more Malifaux. This time the Mecharachnids from the Arcanist faction. I'll basically be doing just one of these on camera since they're both very similar. So, Leaf Green 09011. Now, formerly these things were known as large steam arachnids. Their name changed in 3rd edition, and more of a muscular version of the steam arachnids built by Dr. Ramos. Using just enough water to thin the paint, keep my brush moist but not overly wet. The one that's a bit larger than normal. And I'm kind of mimicking a color scheme I did on the steam arachnids, which I finished painting years before I started doing videos or even started Mastermind Games. So that's one thing that'll never be seen on this channel, along with Ramos, who was actually one of the first masters I got for Malifaux, but that's the point. Alright, so it's a nice solid coating right there. Some of this is going to get picked out in different colors later on. Apply to the other one and move on. Alright, next base coat is going to be Tarnished Steel 09206. I'm going to use a couple different brush sizes here. I'm going to start with this larger one. Get the legs. Or at least get a rough coat on the legs. Alright, this is not working out very well at all, so we'll just use the paintbrush and switch to something smaller. Out this one. Alright, this will work better. Yeah, this is there's a lot of hollow space inside these Mecharachnids. And also, these legs were a beast to try to figure out even with the instructions. The models look great, but their assembly is way more complicated than it needs to be, so hopefully that's a lesson Weird learns with the 3rd edition. They've already seems to have... I just slaughtered the English language there. It seems they've already switched plastics to something less brittle. Got a tiny number of 3rd edition models that are coming up. But that's a step in the right direction. Still kind of complicated, again, more complex than they really need to be. But I think they're making progress on one of their at least some of the problems with the physical construction of their models. Let's do these antennae here. Go along this mechanism leading up to the saw, and I'll probably pick pieces of it out later in the 3rd color I'm going to use. I try to get at least 3 colors to a model, not counting the base. Doesn't always work out depending on the complexity of the model, but anyway. Okay. I am going to go ahead and let that dry. Apply it to the other one, and when I come back, see about getting the next one on. Okay, next, Antique Gold 09050. So yeah, my steam arachnids, I decided to do in a messed up a bit here. Decided to do in green and gold with some silver. Not as bare bones as you would expect for Ramos, but I wanted to splash of color in mine, so applying that to their big brothers. Just picking out a few things here. Couple of select parts on the arm containing that nice big buzzsaw. You know what, I kind of like it like that. I was originally going to do kind of the faceplate in the gold, but I think if I don't, it'll help make the lighting effects menu stand out, so apply the other, move on a bit. Alright, that's applied. Now uniform gray to wrap up the base. A little dust on them. I've been on my paint table for a while. And I don't, again, this is just some sculpting putty down there in the recess with a pattern carved in. I distressed it deliberately. Make it look damaged. Going for slums, but so with these, I got as many connection points as I could. But yeah, it may not be the best arrangement available for the model, but it works. I think I at most managed to get 3 limbs on the base here. But generally speaking, I try to get the base as flat as possible in terms of my sculpting, because while a scenic base is great, I feel the base should not be the focus. It can enhance the model, but should not overwhelm the model. Okay. Add that to the other one, and when it's all dried up, I can get this to focus and play nice with me. So apply to the other one, and when it's all dry, I can go ahead and start shading. Alright, time to shade. Ancient Bronze 09049. Thinning with 1 part water to 1 part paint, making a new white wash. And just going over the base coat of the appropriate color. Okay, apply that to the other, let it dry, and then move on to the next. Okay, next, Blackened Steel 09205. I'm just going over one leg at a time. starting to get all surfaces. Though maybe I should have done the legs last, just because I'm most likely to bump into them while painting the interior details. So the order you paint things in is very important, actually. Okay. Apply that to the other one, let it dry, and then just 2 colors left to shade, which I should be able to simultaneously. Okay. Pine Green 09010. Just going over the green here. Keeping the brush nice and wet during all of this. Being real careful around the other colors that I've already shaded. Okay. Apply that to the other one, and then I can get the last shade. Alright. Last shade. Stormy Gray 09088. And just let this flow all over the base. Okay. Apply to the other one. When everything's dried up, I can prep and take care of lighting effects. Okay, prep some lighting effects now with matte white. I'm using one of the tinier brushes I have. eyes. What else? And then these channels along the sides, this central pipe here. I don't see anything else. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the electrodes here. Some of these details are being decided literally at the last minute. Okay, apply that to the other one, and when it's dried for a few minutes, I can actually apply the lighting, so back in a bit. Alright, lemon yellow 09009. Thinning it with 2 to 3 parts water to 1 part paint. Just going over the white. Okay. Apply to the other one, let that dry completely, then I can highlight and wrap up. Okay, time to highlight, and here's where it's going to be a little precarious. Picking up a brush I need. That one. Pale green 09012. Now, ragged feathered brush, straight paint only, no water. And I'm rubbing most of it out on a paper towel until it looks like there's almost nothing left. And then I'm going to dust the area to be affected. Refreshing the paint as needed, focusing on the most readily visible surfaces only. Working from the lowest point on the model to the highest. Going against any raised edges. And what makes me nervous about this is just a small number of really tiny connection points keeping him on the base. I have dealt with worse in terms of that, but not much worse. Okay, apply that to the other one, and then move on. Alright, next, True Silver 09207. I think I am getting better on the blur, but I still feel I have work to do on it, so progress, but room for improvement. Again, dry brushing. Trying to use a real delicate touch here just because tiny, teeny connection points. Gonna try to grip the body right here to get the weapon arm. it's going to be difficult to get the legs. So I'm just going to worry about getting what I'm able to get. Not stress out about what's, about getting every little contour. Okay. Apply to the other one, and that just leaves 2 more. Okay. New gold 09051. I need to pick out a real thin one here. That's probably the best choice I have. Okay, that burnishes it quite nicely. Apply to the other one. There'll be just one more highlight to do. Alright. Misty Gray 09090. Which is really low, but I've got enough to work with. I'm just giving a cursory dusting of the stonework here. Okay. Apply to the other, and then there'll just be a couple of little details to do, and then done. Alright. Now, pulling out a flathead brush and some pure black 09037. Using the same amount of water as a base coat, just enough to thin the paint, keeping the brush moist but not overly wet. Just lining the edge of the base, going up to the stonework and trying to avoid going over it. This just polishes it up. I used to do a faction-specific color for every model, but stopped with all the faction changes that were coming. Though I will say I'm not going to bother repainting models to reflect faction changes. I use rounds for most of the work, but a flathead is nice for wide areas like this. I'm holding with almost no pressure at all. Just very delicately. Okay. Apply that to the other one. Let it dry completely. And there's one last step to do before I can call this finished. That got a bit blurry there. Do something about it. Alright, final step. Taking matte white again. I'm just going to number the backs of the bases so that I can quickly tell them apart by just writing that number on the protective sleeve I put the cards in for gameplay. So, just a same amount of water as a base coat and just a quick one on the back. And for the other, a quick 2. And that is it. Mecharachnids from the Arcanist faction of Malifaux. Now I'm going to continue on with Malifaux, but doing a completely unrelated faction. So until next time, I am Ian Stokey with Mastermind Games, signing out. Well, I guess now I shouldn't say completely unrelated, but, well, back. But until next time.